That Mia kicked me in action. Let's go. Hell yeah. Drink half of that cup. You'll feel sick. I'm Nate.
And I lost my voice. And this is Drink for the Trauma.
A show where we talk about anything and everything because...
Who wouldn't?
Who couldn't? You're
So how are you this week?
All things considered, I'm actually doing very well.
I love it.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm doing great. The only thing, there's just like this one small thing. It's just like, I don't think I actually was meant to work or to like have a job.
I let me tell you, I actually hate working.
It's just not something that I think we're supposed to do. I think you and I are not supposed to work.
I don't think we're supposed to work. I think we're supposed to do something like this or entertain people. I don't think it's a working girl for us. We are talented, funny little cute bitches, you know?
Working?
Garbage.
Not for me.
So it's pet trauma this week.
Yeah, I think everyone has like a little bit of pet trauma in their life.
Like, everyone's got pets and they all die, so.
All the things that they've done to us to make us sad, and also all of the traumatic things that are kind of hilarious in retrospect.
Yeah, there's a little bit of humor in every tragic story we're about to tell.
Not these stories you're gonna hear. So when you got Fee, I know you weren't like obsessed with the way that she looked.
She sucked.
Yeah,
she like bit. Definitely is way more beautiful now than she was as a kitten, but she also like sucked. Like she would just break all of my and like chew all my wires, and she would slap food out of her hand. She was super aggressive. Like she was the worst. Yeah. Every single time that she took a shit, I just had to cut out of her ass. She would just have hanging off of her. You know, I tried to watch it a couple times. Like, what is that doing?
Right. It's not a detanglement.
It's not. You just got to cut those ties.
Oh, God.
So,
well,
drink to that trauma.
Yes,
Good thing you're cute now. Look at her. I'll die for her, though. I know,
she's very, very cute.
So, like, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's
But I know that, like, Kevin is a lot of work.
He scratches himself all the time because he has these terrible allergies. We haven't been able to figure it out. Lots of trial and error, lots of different doctors, diets, therapies, just like a lot of different things. And I've spent a lot of money on this dog. We are on like hopefully a good path to recovery. I have a holistic woman who's like walked me through the whole thing. I'm now making his own food. It's fresh.
First of all, Kevin eats way better than anyone on this earth, so...
Grass-fed, like free-range cows, $8 a pound.
Right.
Raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries, only organic kale, raw goat's milk, sardines, olive oil or coconut oil, and a pet probiotic in the morning, and then a liver detox cleanse at night.
Okay.
It's just...
It's a lot.
It's a lot, but whatever. I'll still die for
I
him.
know, and I was the same way with Mickey. Like, homeboy was pissing all over my apartment in the closet. I was putting pads down, washing them, twice a day. And I did that for so long because I just loved him. That was my man for 16 years. My first traumatic ass story. Last year, I had to put my man down, and it was like the saddest moment. He was 16. He lived like a very long, beautiful, happy life.
He did.
But his time was up. The moment he stopped eating, I was like, oop, that's it. His clock has run out. This was during COVID. And they were like, usually we're not letting people in, but because of the circumstance, you can come in and while they do it. So the people are like, you can say your goodbyes, like take your time. And then when you're done, we'll take him and we'll sedate him for when we actually like do it. So I was like, okay. So I'm like crying, like saying goodbye, all the whole mess. So they take him and they sedate him and they bring him back. And first of all, the guy looks at me and he's like, don't worry, they didn't do it yet. And he like pokes my poor little baby's eye and was like, see, he's still like alive, but they didn't do it yet. He's just like very mellowed out. That's what he said. They told me to like let them know when I was ready. So I go in the hallway and they obviously didn't communicate with one another. And this woman comes in and she like picks him up and she's like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm sorry for your loss. And I was like, oh, do I not get to like stay in here while they do it? And she goes, oh, they didn't even, oh my God, that is some good shit. Get me some of that.
Oh my God.
As I'm putting my best friend to sleep.
That is so sad.
She said that to me. And I was like,
that she said that.
and poor Mickey's like, oh my God. I have a funny little side story to that. So I knew that Mickey was like dying for a little bit. I started to look up like euthanasia kind of places that would come to your house and do it. Mm-hmm. So I look up this place and I like call them, and the lady, I don't know if in her past life she was like a phone sex operator, but she was like, hi, and thanks for calling the last paw. How can we help you? And I was like, I'm just wondering like how much it would be to have like someone come put my cat down. He's an older cat and like I think his time is coming. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And I was like,
is it Betty Boop? Like,
and I was like, she was like, what's this name? I said, Mickey. And she was like, oh. So she tells me it's going to be $575 to have this done. An extra if it's like after hours or on a weekend. So she's saying all this to me, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to like talk about this with my fiance because that's a lot of money. So I was like, all right, well, like, I'll maybe give you another call back soon, maybe. And she was like, oh, well, tell that poor little Mickey I said hi.
Yeah.
You want me to let my cat know that I called the euthanasia place and the sex phone operator on the other side of the line says hi? What?
The cat's never you've never even seen the woman. Like,
right. He's dying, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll let him know you said hi. That'll
He's on his
make everything
deathbed.
better.
She just told me to. The lady from the last boss said hi.
I'll drink to that pet trauma.
What's some of your pet trauma?
Well, other than the fact that Kevin costs me an
Billions of dollars.
excessive amount of money. He likes to chew like socks, blankets, sheets,
Is
stuffed
he good?
animals. No. He like swallows the sock hole and then vomits it up. And when we're in bed together, when I'm just waking up, you can hear
Not
me going,
whole.
and I'm like, oh my God, we got to get to a
The
door.
sound of animals vomiting is like ingrained into my mind.
It's disgusting.
Mickey threw up like every day of his life for the last like 2 years of his life.
Right.
And Jordan would be on the phone selling car insurance. And Mickey is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He would do that before he threw. And Jordan.
He's swallowed plenty of sock and thrown them up. When I was living in Manhattan, my roommate and I came up to New York. I think it was for Thanksgiving or for another holiday. And we got there. We hung out for a while. And then the next night, after we were all like sitting around, I think it was after dinner, like again, some holiday thing, the dog vomits on the ground. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go.
Ew.
And I go to pick it up and I'm like, what is this? Like, I don't recognize this brand. And I said the brand out loud and my roommate was like, yeah, that's my thong. She's like, yeah.
No.
So that means that he must have gone into my room 2 days before we left when she was home with him.
Kevin.
2 days before we left, which means we're now on day 4. Homeboy ate it. Stuffed it as a little snack in there. Carried it on a goddamn train to Connecticut.
Kevin.
And then threw it up in my mother's living room. It is extremely stressful because if he swallows that sock, or let's say the thong
obstruction,
will get stuck in his intestines, and then we're looking at like a $5,000, $6,000 surgery.
Or he dies.
Or he dies, in which case... He had it coming. No, I'm just kidding.
He had it coming. He had it coming all along.
You know what? Like, and that's one of the weirder things. But you know what's even weirder? I have another really fucked up story about animals, which, like, maybe not so traumatic, but it's ingrained in my brain now. When we were kids, we had a cat named Carmel, and we had a cat named Boots. Boots was a feral cat that I forced my parents to bring into the house and domesticate. We were gone for a vacation or something, or maybe it was literally just the day. I don't know. But Boots got up on top of the counter, on top of the stove, and pissed all over the stove. The, like, front two burner.
No.
But to make matters worse, we didn't know. And so my mother turned on the stove.
No.
So it was burning cat pee. I'll never forget the smell of burning cat piss.
Did your mom not realize?
I don't know.
And then you turned it on, you're
It was
like,
oh God, what is that smell? And I was like, I don't know. I don't like it. I'm scared.
I can't even imagine what a burnt cat piss smells.
It's bad, let me tell you. It's bad.
I'll drink to that.
I know it. I will too.
Ugh, God. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty f***ed up.
It is. It really is not great.
But I think I can top you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How? Why?
So my parents had like chickens for a hot minute. They were the most disgusting animals I've ever had the displeasure of caring for.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I'm like in my room one day and my dad is like yelling for me and he's like, Nicole, you have to come outside right now. Like, please hurry. So I go out there and he brings me to the chicken coop and was like, Nicole, I think this chicken just like its ass out. Can you fix it? Can I fix it?
What are you, Bob the Builder?
Can I
this chicken's
fix
ass?
it? Oh, my Dr. Paul? Can I fix it? He's like, you're a nurse. No, I'm a nursing student who didn't cover a chicken rectum yet.
Oh.
And he wanted me to like save this chicken's life, which my best attempt was throwing a glove on and pushing it back in, to which the chicken was like, no, and like pushed that back out because it was now in the wrong place forever until it croaked the next day. I'm not gonna lie, never in my life did I think that I would cry over a chicken, but that was like a moment we had. I really tried to save that motherfucker. My dad fully invested me and that was like, save it! And I was like, okay. That's our pet trauma.
Yeah, pretty ridiculous, honestly.
Right. I don't think, and I'll drink to all of that pet trauma. Thanks, Bindrift. You're the best. And we love you. And we'll see you next week on Drink for the Trauma. We're weird and it's uncomfortable.
I know, everyone's talking about it. It's in the New York Times. They're weird.
They are weird.
I'm Nate.
And I lost my voice. And this is, it sounds so bad.
It's just not.
She's raspy this week, guys. He's gonna need another one, boys. I don't even know that I want people to know where my voice went. I just want them to be like, who's that raspy bitch this week?
No.
So how are you?
Let's go back.
Right.
Back
Back to
to the
McDonald's. Bracket number 9, take off.
Right.
This is really tough.
Yeah!
So everybody's got pet trauma. Oh my God. I'm having such a hard time.
Why are we doing this?
Let me help her out. Push it back in.
Hey!
Right. Let me help you.
Let me punch that back in there.